Good morning, students. How are you? I hope that you are all well and safe, right? And our plus 2 portion online classes were started from last week. I kindly request you, please you watch all the videos without fail. What situation now going on, you know. Please you understand the situation and understand yourself and concentrate towards studies. Okay, right. In physics, electrostatics lesson is going on. Already our physics teachers, CM sir, C. Murugan sir, Sello Kumar sir were completed up to the topic electric field due to continuous charge distribution. Right. Today I am going to take next new topic, electric field lines. Right. Electric field lines are an imaginary lines. The electric field lines are an imaginary lines which are used to represent the electric field around the charges. Actually, this concept was introduced by Michael Faraday. The concept of electric lines of force was introduced by Michael Faraday. Michael Faraday not only introduced the concept of electric field lines, but also the concept of magnetic field lines. Right. For example, let us consider a point charge. Generally, point charge is represented by either small q or capital Q. This is a point charge. You know what is meant by point charge? Simple. Point charge is nothing but, suppose there is a charge in this point. A charge whose dimension is very much smaller than that of that point, then the charge is called a point charge. A charge whose dimension is very much smaller than that of the dimension of that point, then the charge is called point charge. So point charge is represented by either small q or capital Q. Right. Okay. So this is a point charge. All right. So this point charge produces electric field around it. Suppose point charge produces electric field around it. Right. How the electric field exists around the point charge, or what is the pattern of electric field around the point charge, we don't know, because we can't see the electric field around the point charge. So for that reason, Michael Faraday introduced the concept of electric field lines. So this is a point charge. It produces electric field around it. The existence of electric field around this charge we don't know. Pattern we don't know. So that is why Michael Faraday introduced the concept of electric field lines or electric field line. Right. So what is meant by electric field line, or what are called electric field lines? Very simple. The electric field lines are nothing but, and the electric field lines are an imaginary lines or imaginary straight lines or a curved lines. Electric field lines are an imaginary straight line or curved line along which a unit positive charge tends to move in the direction of electric field. Once again I repeat, electric field lines are an imaginary straight lines or a curved lines to which or along which a unit positive charge tends to move in the direction of electric field. Right. Once again, so this is a point charge. It produces electric field around it. Right. So this charge generally called as a source charge. Source charge. Right. Okay. Now, just you placed a unit positive charge in this electric field. Right. Okay. Why it is called unit positive charge? What is unit positive charge? A charge whose magnitude is plus 1 coulomb means, then the charge is called unit positive charge. Unit positive charge is also called test charge. right? So this is source charge and this is test charge. Test charge is also called unit positive charge. A charge whose magnitude is plus 1 coulomb means then the charge is called unit positive charge or test charge. So there is a test charge which is placed in the electric field produced by the source charge. Okay, placed in the electric field produced by the source charge, right? Due to this electric field, the unit positive charge experiences electrostatic repulsive force. So under the influence of this electric field, it experiences electrostatic repulsive force. Due to this force, the charge Q0 moves outward direction. The charge moves outward direction. Now draw a straight line like this. So due to the electric field, the charge Q0 moves outward direction. Here the arrowhead indicates the direction of electric field produced by this source charge, right? So due to the electric field, the test charge or unit positive charge experiences a electrostatic repulsive force. Due to that force, the charge moves outward direction. The direction of motion of the test charge indicates the direction of electric field produced by the source charge. The direction of electric field produced by the source charge. So this positive charge produces its own electric field which is acts outward direction, right? Suppose if it is negatively charged, suppose there is a negative charge, it is also produced electric field around it. The same test charge, that is Q0, is placed in this electric field. Okay, due to the electric field, the test charge experiences electrostatic attractive force. Due to that force, the charge Q0 moves towards the source charge. That means the electric field produced by the negatively charged acts towards the charge or acts inward. The electric field produced by the positive charge acts outward, whereas the electric field produced by the negative charge acts inwards, right? So this is the electric field due to the positive charge. When the test charge is placed in this electric field, okay, due to the electrostatic repulsive force, it moves outward. Okay, the direction of motion of a test charge indicates the direction of electric field produced by the positive charge. If the same test charge is placed in the electric field produced by the negatively charged, it move towards the charge. It means the electric field produced by the negative charge acts inwards, right? Okay, suppose a system consists of two charges. Okay, suppose the same test charge is placed at the various positions. Suppose if the test charge is placed here, then the test charge moves along this direction. If it is here, then it will move along this direction. Suppose if the charge Q0 is placed here, the direction of motion of the test charge is along this direction, right? So if the test charge is placed at the various position in the uniform electric field, the direction of motion of the test charge is different, right? Now these lines are indicates, these lines are called electric field lines, right? Already told, okay, electric field lines are an imaginary straight line, or it may be a curved lines. For example, let us consider a system of two charges. One is a positive charge and another one is negatively charged, right? And the electric field around this system of two charges acts like this. Right. So this is a existence of electric field around a positively charged, and this is a pattern of electric field or existence of electric field around the negatively charged. around the negatively charged. The existence of electric field around the positively charged and around the negatively charged is almost the same, but the only difference is that the direction of electric field due to the positive charge is acts radially outwards, whereas the electric field due to the negatively charged is acts radially inwards. So this is a main difference between the electric field due to the positive charge and negatively charged. But the existence or pattern of electric field around the positive charge and the negative charge is almost same, right? Here the system consists of 2 point charges. One is a positive point charge and another one is a negatively point charge. Okay, these 2 charges are separated by a very small distance, right? These 2 charges is combinedly produce their own electric field. The pattern or existence of electric field is acting like this, right? So here these lines are also called electric field lines. So electric field lines are the imaginary straight lines or curved lines, right? Suppose if the unit positive charge, that is a test charge, is placed in this line, it moves along the straight line. Right? Suppose if the same test charge is placed here, the test charge moves along the curved line. Right? So the electric field lines are the imaginary straight line or curved line along which a unit positive charge or a test charge tends to move in the direction of electric field. The concept of electric lines of force was introduced by Michael Faraday. Right? Okay. Once again, I repeat, what are called electric field lines? Electric field lines are an imaginary straight lines or curved lines along which a unit positive charge tends to move in the direction of electric field. The properties of electric field lines. There is some rules that should be followed while drawing electric field lines, or the properties of electric field lines. Right. First one, the electric field lines always or must be starts from a positively charged and end at the negatively charged. The electric field lines must start from positively charged and end at the negatively charged or end at infinity. Right? We know that for isolated positively point charge, the electric field existence is like this. Right, that is electric field due to the positively charged particle is acts radially outward. So the electric field line must start from positively charged and end at infinity. Right. If it is a negatively charged, the electric field is acts radially inwards like this. Radially inward. So the electric field lines must start from infinity and end at the negatively charged. Right. The electric field lines starts from positively charged and end at the negatively charged or end at infinity. In the case of isolated positively charged, the electric field lines must start from positive charge and end at infinity. In the case of negatively charged, the electric field lines must start from infinity and end to negatively charged. Right. Suppose a system of 2 point charges, that is a plus q and minus q. The electric field lines must start from positively charged and end at the negatively charged. Right. Isolated positively charged and negatively charged, the electric field line starts from positive charge and end at negatively charge, or it starts from infinity and end at negatively charge. In the case of a system of 2 charges, one of them is positive and another one is negative, the electric field lines must start from positively charge and terminate or end at the negatively charge. So this is one of the property of electric field lines. Right. First property, the electric field lines starts from positively charged and end at the negatively charged, or it starts from positive charge and end at infinity, or it starts from infinity and end at negatively charged. Right. And second one, right, the suppose for a system of 2 point charges, the electric field pattern is acting like this. So this is a pattern of electric field produced by a system of two point charges. One of them is positive and another one is negative, right? Suppose a tangential line is drawn at a point P on the electric field lines. Tangential line drawn at the point P on the tangential line. The tangential line drawn at the point on the electric field line indicates the direction of electric field at that point. The direction of electric field at that point. The tangent drawn at a point on the electric field line indicates the direction of electric field, okay, due to the system of charges. The direction of electric field due to the system of charges at this point. Suppose if the tangential line is drawn here, so this is the direction of electric field due to this system of charges. If the tangential line is drawn in this point, so this is the direction of electric field. So the tangential line drawn at any point on the electric field lines indicates the direction of electric field at that point. The direction of electric field at that point. So this is second property, right? And third one, right? Suppose if the electric field lines are crowded together or more closer in the particular region where the electric field is very strong, right? If the electric field lines are more closer or crowded together in a particular region where the electric field is very strong. Electric field is very strong, right? Suppose if the electric field lines are far apart like this in the same region, the electric field or where electric field is weak. Right. So the electric field lines are crowded together, electric field is stronger. If the electric field lines are far apart or spacey, okay, the electric field is weak. The electric field is weaker, right? Okay, or the number of field lines passing through a given area, the number of field lines passing through a given area is directly proportional to the magnitude of electric field in that region. Okay, it is also stated that the number of field lines, I mean electric field lines passing through a given area, which is taken perpendicular to the electric field line, is directly proportional to the magnitude of electric field. In this region, okay, more number of lines passes through it, so the electric field is stronger. In this region, only less number of electric field lines passes through it, so that is why in this region electric field is weaker. So number of lines passing through the given region is more, the electric field is stronger. The number of electric field lines passing through the given region is lesser, the electric field is weaker. Right? So this is third property, right? And fourth one, electric field lines, okay, never intersect to each other. The electric field lines never intersect to each other. If so, at one particular point, there are two different directions of electric field, right? If two electric field lines are intersect to each other, okay, at one particular point, there will be a two different direction. Suppose if the unit positive charge is placed at this point of intersection, okay, it will move, or it has to move in two different directions at the same time. It will move in two different directions at the same time. But this is not possible. So electric field lines never intersect to each other. Right. So this is fourth point. Suppose a point charge is placed in free space. Free space refers to either air or vacuum, right? So there is a point charge which is placed in free space, that is air medium or vacuum medium, right? If the charge is placed in this free space, the electric field lines are emanating from it. If the charge is placed in free space, that is either air medium or in vacuum medium, if the charge is placed, there are, the electric field lines are emanating from it. The electric field lines are emanating from it, right? The number of electric field lines emanating from the charge is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge. Is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge. Where let n be the number of electric lines of force originating from the charge. Okay, the number of electric field lines is depends on the magnitude of the charge which is situated in the free space, right? So, if the charge magnitude is greater, the number of electric lines of force originating from the charge also greater. So, the number of electric field line originating from the charge is directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge, right? Or n is equal to 1 divided by epsilon naught into q. N is equal to 1 divided by epsilon naught into q. If you want to remove the proportionality, we should introduce some constant value, right? So, here epsilon naught be the permittivity of free space. Epsilon naught be the permittivity of free space. It is a constant value, right? Its value is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. Right? Here epsilon naught be the permittivity of free space. Its value 8.854 into 10 power minus 12 Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. Right. So, the number of electric lines of force originating from a point charge, if the charge is placed in free space, is given by n equal to 1 divided by epsilon naught into q or q divided by epsilon naught. Q divided by epsilon naught. Epsilon naught value is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. What about 1 by epsilon naught? 1 by epsilon naught value is 1.129 into 10 power 11. 1 divided by epsilon naught equal to 1.129 into 10 power 11. Suppose if the magnitude of the charge is 1 coulomb, suppose plus 1 coulomb charge is placed in free space. That is 1 coulomb charge is placed in either air medium or in vacuum. The number of electric lines of force originating from this charge can be calculated by using the formula n is equal to q divided by epsilon naught. N is equal to q divided by epsilon naught. Charge value 1 coulomb. So, 1 divided by epsilon naught. 1 divided by epsilon naught value is 1.129 into 10 power 11. 1.129 into 10 power 11. It means if the 1 coulomb charge is placed in free space, the number of electric field lines originating from it is 1.129 into 10 power 11. 1.129 into 10 power 11, right. Suppose other than free space, other than air medium or vacuum, the number of electric field lines originating from a point charge is given by n is equal to q divided by epsilon. So, this formula is only applicable for if the charge, point charge is placed in free space. That is, if the charge is situated in air medium or vacuum, right. If the charge is placed other than air medium or other than vacuum, the number of electric field lines originating from a point charge is given by n is equal to q divided by epsilon. Q, the magnitude of the point charge, epsilon, permittivity of the medium. Epsilon, permittivity of a medium. Permittivity of a medium. Permittivity of the medium epsilon is given by epsilon naught into epsilon r. This is epsilon naught. Epsilon naught means permittivity of free space. Permittivity means the number of electric field lines allowed by the medium or permitted by the medium is known as its permittivity. The number of electric field lines permitted by the medium is known as permittivity of the medium. If the medium is air, the permittivity is called permittivity of free space. Okay, other than free space, permittivity of the medium, it is represented by epsilon. Epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon r. Epsilon naught into epsilon r. Right. What is epsilon r? Relative permittivity of the medium. Relative permittivity of a medium. Right. Epsilon permittivity of the medium, epsilon naught permittivity of free space, epsilon or relative permittivity of the medium. Relative permittivity of the medium. Relative permittivity of the medium epsilon r is defined as the ratio of permittivity of the medium to the permittivity of free space. Right. It has no unit. Relative permittivity has no unit. But the unit of permittivity of the medium, the unit of permittivity of free space is the same, that is Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. Okay, Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. So, the number of electric field lines originating from a point charge, if the charge is in free space, is given by n equal to q divided by epsilon naught. If the charge is placed in medium, that is other than air medium or vacuum, the number of electric field lines originating from it is given by n equal to q divided by epsilon, or otherwise q divided by epsilon naught into epsilon, because epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon. So, number of electric field line originating from this charge is q divided by epsilon naught into epsilon naught, right. So, these are properties of electric lines or electric field lines or properties of electric lines of force, right. First point, the electric field lines starts from positively charged and end at the negatively charged, or it may be starts from positively charged and end at infinity. If the system contain only one charge, that charge should be positive, right. If the charge is a negative, the electric field lines must start from infinity and end at the negatively charged, So, this is first property. And the second one, the tangential line drawn to the electric field lines at a point. The tangential line drawn to the electric field lines at a point indicates the direction of electric field at that point. The direction of electric field at that point, right. And the third one, the electric field lines never intersect to each other. The electric field lines never intersect to each other, right. And the fourth one, if the electric field lines are crowded together, the electric field is stronger. The electric fields are exist very close to one another. In that region, the electric field will stronger. If the electric field is far apart in a particular region where the electric field is weaker, And the last one, the number of electric field lines originating from a point charge in free space is given by n is equal to q divided by epsilon naught. In medium, the number of electric lines of force originating from the point charge is given by n is equal to q divided by epsilon, or n is equal to q divided by epsilon naught into epsilon r. Epsilon permittivity of the medium, which is equal to product of permittivity of the free space and relative permittivity of the medium. The value of permittivity of free space is 8.854 into 10 power minus 12. Its unit is Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. And unit of permittivity of the medium also same, Coulomb square Newton inverse meter power minus 2. But the relative permittivity of the medium has no unit. Because both numerator and denominator have same unit, so they cancel each other. So, that is why the relative permittivity of the medium has no unit, right.